Over the years, a lot of people have come to me and said, I want to start streaming and make it my job. Well, almost all of them quit within the first few weeks. Not because they weren't good enough, but because they started in a way that makes quitting almost unavoidable. It usually goes the same way every time. The first week they're motivated as hell. They set everything up, tell a couple of friends, and instantly start streaming. Then a few days go by, their friends don't join the streams anymore, and the view counter is stuck at 0. They start talking to themselves, trying to fill silence in awkward ways, and obsessing over that small number that only goes up when bots try selling their services. After 2 weeks, the excitement turns into doubts. Not because they don't enjoy streaming, but because it feels like they're shouting to the void. And this is the part that nobody talks about. That quiet, empty phase that slowly convinces you that maybe you're just not made for it. And you may think, as many big streamers say, that this phase is unavoidable. And I thought the same too, until I saw, with my own eyes, someone who didn't go through it at all. This streamer is one of my closest friends. He came to me with the exact same goal, same urgency, same excitement. I gave him the same advice I gave everyone else. And, just like the others, the first days felt like nothing was happening. No viral videos, no sudden growth, no raids. Yet, he managed to never have an empty chat. And, even better, in less than 6 months, he became one of the 3 biggest streamers in his niche. What made the difference wasn't what I told him, but the order he followed it through. And in this video, I'll break down that specific order, the one that my friend used, and why it makes starting out as a streamer feel completely different. And we're gonna start with a hard one, and I'd even say that it is one that almost every big streamer disagrees with. Don't start streaming. And I don't mean don't take it seriously or think if you really want to do it or stuff like that. I literally mean do not press the go live button. You don't need to set up a Twitch account yet. You don't need to set up OBS or anything streaming related actually. Because streaming is not a reliable place to start creating content in. Because if you start doing it from scratch with 0 viewers, you're putting yourself in the most emotionally demanding position possible. You will feel the pressure of being live, feeling judged by people that do not even exist, while waiting for a miracle to happen in real time. Having an empty chat does not feel normal when you're live, it feels personal. And streaming requires a lot of energy, confidence and consistency, which you've gotta use way before you've built anything that supports it. A really bad idea. That's why most people burn out in the first place. Not because they don't like streaming enough, but because they're starting at the point that should come last. So if streaming ain't the first step, what actually is, you may be thinking? Well, it is deciding what you're going to be known for. Which in other words means what your future audience will look like and what kind of content they can expect from you. This is a part which people mess up even before starting to publish anything. You won't grow doing whatever you like, whenever you like it. Hoping to grow doing variety content is probably the worst way to approach this journey. Instead, either find a game or hobby you genuinely love, or 2 to 3 working content formats that you can repeat without burning yourself out. Once that's clear, the next step is simple. Start making content. If you want to have an educational channel, long-form videos will work extremely well for you. They give the space to explain stuff, build trust, and actually show your competence. The growth this way will be a little bit slower, but steady over time. And since it is the easier way to go at it, it is the one I advise to all small and new streamers. If you wanna be more of an entertainer though, while long-form content still works nicely, nowadays it is far better to do like Queso did, and publish a lot of content on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Even if each video this way gets just a few thousand views, in the grand scheme of things, that is still a lot of people being entertained by you and getting to know you. You could start streaming at this point, but I highly advise you to do that only if you can go in there with the mindset of, okay, as soon as I'll go live, I'll do my best to record this video in the meanwhile, or get at least 5 clips to publish on TikTok. If you can't get into that mindset, which gives you an objective, avoid being live still. You can record clips for your socials and publish them as if they came from a live stream. Don't worry, people do it a lot. Nobody notices, it is fine. At this point, you should actively be publishing content. But while doing so, there's an extremely important thing that you should start doing, which is studying why your content works or doesn't. Publishing alone ain't enough. What actually moves the needle is improving every time you publish something. To make it simple, almost everything that makes content work can be traced back to 4 things: the idea, the title, the thumbnail, and the hook, which is basically the first part of the video. You won't be able to master them out starting out, but you can for sure get better at them by publishing, paying attention to what people like and dislike on your own channel, studying other creators' videos, or even watching videos like this one that you're watching now. At a certain point in this phase, you should start noticing if you're moving into the right direction. Not by numbers exploding overnight, even though, let's be fair, it could happen and I wish the best for you, but by the feedback starting to slowly appear in the form of comments, likes, and subscribers. Once that feedback starts showing up consistently, the next step is almost natural. You start creating a community. Not a big one, not something that nobody has ever done before, just a community. This can be made through Discord, video comments, TikTok DMs, whatever, like you name it, it's fine. It honestly doesn't matter that much as long as it happens. What matters though is how you treat the people that show up. You need to answer their messages, remember their names, and greet them in your spare time. Keep in mind that just a few people who feel comfortable interacting with you are worth far more than 100 silent viewers. At this point, you shouldn't need to go live and hope for the best. You should always have someone talking with you. That said, it may still happen to you that a few streams will go silent after a while. To avoid this from happening, build a consistent schedule for your streams and start announcing them. Share it in your Discord server, in your stories, or wherever your community is. At the same time, start adding simple call to actions inside your videos to let your viewers know that you stream too. For example, if you need some great copyright-free music to use in your videos and live stream, use YumiBeats, linked to all the platforms in the video description. This is a call to action, by the way. Having reached this point, consistency will be more than enough to keep you grinding through the Twitch partnership milestone. But there's one last piece missing from the list. Try spending time around people who have the same goal as you do. Those who understand that streaming can be taken seriously and do their best to make content that viewers will actually enjoy. Because if everyone around you treats streaming like a joke, it is only a matter of time before you start doing it too. These are the exact steps that my friend followed to become one of the best in his niche and never have an empty chat. Yet, there's a thing that he really struggled with. Something you will probably struggle of too. Coming up with content ideas that actually work. Luckily for you, I already made a video explaining every existing way to come up with them.